Hi everyone, Keith here with his daft bee hat on. Thought it was a good idea, and the reason being is because it's just a hat, only about a tenner off Amazon, and I've got it just to actually just throw over when I'm doing sort of a quick look when I'm getting into this food, which I'm going to show you now, because at this time of year, it's January the 23rd, I think. Wow, 23rd, what is going off? I have been using Apipasta, and this is the one, this is basically fondant, but this is the one with, it's a complete feed, and this is the one with vitamins in. So I've got the Apipasta standard fondant. Now what I found was when I did this, I'm going off on a tangent, aren't I? So let me just show you this. So basically I got this, so I've noticed that this time of year and maybe in summer, what I'm going to do is, if I just want to do quick inspections and I'm actually opening them up, or it's really busy around here, I'm just going to put this in the top of my hive and just slap it on. And it's just a mozzie type. Now, it not stop stings, but it just stops them from getting you in the eyes, sort of an attack. So, and they are a bit feisty. One did actually jump straight for my hand and give me a hit earlier as I was messing about, and you'll see why in a minute. So if I spin you around and show you what I am doing. So here are the bees. So I've got this takeaway tub, and the reason I've got that is because last time when I put this in first time, I cut it with the seam here, because they've got these marks here, look. So I cut it here and put it on top. But what I found was the view on this side is not 100%, not as good as that. And the seam, I don't know whether it's the weight, but as they start eating the Apipasta, they're sort of crumpled in, so it lost its shape, which I suppose is obvious. But I'm doing it this way, the opposite way, because it's clearer on this side, and I'm hoping that, because on this side you try and grab it and you kept squeezing it to try and just give it a bit more room inside, but this way I'll be able to just pull the seam up, look, like so. So I'm actually splitting it the other way as they suggest. So they suggest cutting it this way and putting it down on your colony, and I'm going to do it opposite. And I've just cut a circle there, look. And what I've done is, this was in my greenhouse just next to me, and it was really solid. So I've been into my house, I've sat it in some really hot water for 5 minutes. It's gone nice and sort of soft and gluey, just to give it that bump start that it needs. And I'm going to put it on top of here and hope I don't get stung and get rid of all this. So bear with, I'm going to try and do this, like I say, without getting absolutely nailed by them. And I've got to hold that there, take this off. I've said this before, it's amazing how much warmth they give off. There's the cluster of bees. So there they are, and they are holding a, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seams. There's 6 seams of bees there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So say a 5-frame colony then this is. So what I've got to do is take this off, pee the bees right off. I can feel them here. They will be completely upset. A few of them will come out of here, but hopefully I can get that on and settle them back down again. So sorry it's a bit shaky, my actual tripod, I broke it today. So I'm going to keep them in there, I think, for now, and just see if I can just get this on top of them without too much fuss. But I can assure you, it's, whenever I've done it, I don't know whether it's the knack I've got, but it's absolute carnage. Craziness. So there they are. Just put them in there, look. And you get some bees popping out wanting to attack you. I'm just going to get that sat on there. I'm glad I've got this suit on. all this cover on. I should have put my gloves on, and hopefully, oh you little bugger, I've got to get a bit, they do get a bit feisty this time of year. Should have put my gloves on. So they are really going at me, really going at me. So what I'm going to do is gently take these and knock them off there. Yeah, they're going at me there. I can feel one on the side of this veil I've got on, so I'm just going to sit here still, and you'll see them, you'll tap them off, and then they will, yes, be upset, but there's probably only 50 to 100 bees there. They will go back about their business. It's really difficult with bees to sort of get used to being still. I am still obviously a new beekeeper, so I still do flinch when they go for me. So I should probably really put my gloves on and stuff like that, and just this veil at least. I've noticed that if I have something like trousers on like this, they just land on you, and you know, they don't really seem to sting through that way. They like to jump to the face because they must see dark patches like your mouth and eyes, and they go for, and they're the areas they go for, around your eyes and mouth and there. So that's why I've got this daft hat on, because I think I would have probably got popped there. I got popped a couple of weeks ago when I was actually taking it off and popping it inside that tray. One popped me on the forehead, right between the eyes. I managed to get the sting out very quickly. So I'm not going to touch that. I may have squashed a couple of bees in that process. A couple did come out, but it's surprising that when this type of stuff goes on them, they do get stuck up, but the other bees will clean them off. Just got a straggler in there, look. I don't want to put the lid down or this down, so I might try and help it on its way. There's still quite a few in here, so I'll have to undo that and get them into it. Let me see if that bee comes out there. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is practice what I preach and actually get my gloves out, and hopefully you can still hear me. I'm just going to get my gloves because I don't want to get stung. So I've got my gloves on now, so I've got my face covered, so I shouldn't get popped in the face. And yeah, it does make you feel a bit. I've just got these cloth lacquer leather, so now this will clearly make me a lot braver. They would have been really peed if I'd have done that without the gloves on. Even though they're not stinging me, if I'd have had them on me, I would be probably freaking out. So there they are going back into the hive. This is where they've come out and they've pooed. See, there's marks. Because they obviously stain when it's really cold. And yeah, when it's really cold, and then they'll come, and but they do have to obviously release themselves at some point. There we go. No pops to the face. I can feel one on the back of my head now. They've all gone in. There's a few stragglers down there. You'll always get dead bees because obviously there's a turnover of bees. I could really do with doing this. And just getting these bees free from kind of what I'm doing. Here we go. I'm done with that now. This is probably, there's someone called the inappropriate reefer. Maybe I ought to call myself the inappropriate beekeeper, because this, what I'm doing now, is probably not good practice, but I haven't found it an easy way to put these on, if I'm honest with you. So I'm still learning with that one. And what I do with this, I just leave this kind of to the side. So maybe, I'll leave that there. So maybe another animal or some other insect can maybe make use of it. And now let me just try and get this bee. There we go, and I can pop this. This gives me full coverage again, because I've noticed that when I had the tub on, I was getting some condensation again around this, where the actual warmth was escaping through these cracks around the dish. So that's basically it now. That will probably see me through the rest of winter and into spring. I'll probably use that one. I'll probably use the one. I've got one of these left, then I've got 3 fondants, so I will probably leave them in there like that. That's fell off, it will appear. So yeah, I will I don't like doing this because no doubt some bees will be lost. So there's one here just walking around. I don't know whether it was sort of getting a bit weak anyway, and now it's out in the open. They obviously chill and sort of come on, little fella. See, they're a bit docile when they're out. Sometimes. There we go, gone in. I think that's most of them. No doubt there's probably been a few gone underneath here. Not much of a rower drop, there's a few. So I'm going to catch, probably do another, once the cluster breaks a bit more, again, I'll probably give them another hit of oxalic acid with the gas vap. And that's it. I think I can take my Can't hear any buzzing, so there's a hat. There's my gloves. And they are, that's that for a month or so. They should find the way. Interestingly, they have gone underneath here for some reason, which is interesting. It's like they huddle up into a ball, you know, wherever they can get at this time of year, instead of using that bit of energy to sort of get to the hive. That's kind of what I've noticed to do. Now you see them fanning, they're basically calling the others in. They're fanning to tell them they found the entrance, so to speak. And still got a few under here. And you see how much mess they've made. I think I'll wipe this down when we've done. Wipe this board of all this poo when they're done. There we go, I'm satisfied now. An update on the hive. Thanks for watching. If you kind of enjoyed that, hit the like button. Please comment. Please subscribe. Plants are doing well. This winter box is about to flower. I've moved a few of these honeysuckle growing. The winter cherry has finished flowering. Things are growing okay. There's a bee coming in. See the bee? Just flew by. Bit strange. I know that's one of mine, but you would have thought it would be. We thought you want to get back into there, wouldn't you? The heathers, hopefully the little heathers are starting to settle in. This one's about to flower. Look at that. I can see why that's called forest fire. And there's another little one there, so hopefully they'll grow to that nice hedge. Got some little green sprouts coming up there with spring bulbs, I think. So yeah, thanks for watching. Here's my little store. Bought some bits and bobs. Bought a queen catcher so I can hopefully catch the queen come spring. In about April, get in the hive on my first inspection, get hold of the queen and then put a mark on her. It's a yellow, she's a second year, and then you put the queen in there and then you slowly lift that up. So, and that's a sponge in there, so it softly traps her. So hopefully you get her in there and it just pushes her back of her, at the back of the head, not on the head but at the back of the head, on the back. You will hopefully trap her on one of them and just gives you enough space to get your pen through and marker on the head. So gas wrap will be going again with one more. I'm going to put my gloves away with all my bits and bobs and job done. Beekeeping in winter. Now this is what I love about this hive, that even you can take the top off, lid up, do that and actually see the bees and see how they're doing, have a good inspection, have a good look at them from above, see them working away and doing what they're doing. Whereas a normal hive you don't, because you haven't got a clear queen excluder. So if I had a normal traditional national hive, I would cut a section in the top and I would definitely put some clear perspex on there so I could see them, or some ports at the side so I can see them, so I can pop some pine out and then see them at the side. Definitely. Thanks for watching. My gloves are that thick, my phone won't turn off. Jeez.